Hello everyone and welcome to Channel 9 Nuclear News Hour, where we give you important information that could potentially save your life. I'm your host, Quinn Milling.
I'm your other host, Casey Sievert. We have many topics to cover on this episode as we reflect on the darkness of the past 5 years since the strike.
Stay right where you are. We'll be right back with more.
Welcome back to the Nuclear News Hour. Live from the New Vegas bunker, we are your best and probably only source of what's happening on the surface and how to stay alive. Ever since the war started, we have strived to provide the fastest and most reliable news of who is who and what's happening after the world fell apart. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show with your wonderful hosts.
Today's edition of your Nuclear News Hour, only on Channel 9, the Southwest's premier television station. We can also be found on underground radio at KNNH AM 1.9. Your presentation will begin shortly.
In today's top story, Apollo 45 has landed on the moon after 20 failed missions. NASA successfully was able to get a lunar module in the air after years of struggle. Commander Frank Sinatra, who succeeded Neil Armstrong after dying from space dust infections, said, "I've always wanted to fly this to the moon." This brings hope to the American people that they may have a new place to live.
In our other top story, former U.S. President John F. Kennedy gave a speech yesterday in Arlington, Virginia, addressing the controversy surrounding his alleged zombification. The deteriorating physical and mental faculties became the subject of intense scrutiny from the press, outspoken individuals in Soviet leadership, and disgruntled members from his cabinet. Kennedy opted for a comforting yet passionate delivery to a crowd of thousands. He downplayed earlier comments about the taste of human brain by urging Americans not to dwell on the little distractions, immediately followed by, "Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys." Kennedy concluded with a call to action. Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for brains.
An update about the war in Vietnam. There is a severe controversy around the decision by Washington, D.C. to amp up their presence as the conflict begins to increase dramatically in recent years. The Department of Defense claims that the domino effect of communism may spread to surrounding countries, concluding their decision to include themselves further in the war. Many U.S. citizens believe that our military is focusing on the wrong world issue when our own country has been affected more by nuclear fallout. Some even say they should focus their efforts on saving our own country before saving another.
In positive news, nostalgic fantasies for the old America may be closer to fruition than ever before. New England and northeastern Canada, including Ottawa, Boston, and Montreal, have recently seen most unsurvivable radiation rapidly fizzle out. Radioactive soil sampling retrieved from FWA expect the same process to unfold across the East Coast over the next few decades. The current consensus projects that the states of Maine, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont will be fully safe for humans to resettle by 1986, with Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Delaware set to join them sometime in the 1990s.
In the world of politics, a shocking turn of events from last night's presidential debate. Republican candidate Richard Nixon was rushed and bitten by former President JFK. What was initially assumed to be a bout of undead bloodlust has now been claimed as a fully sentient move by the former president. A bystander was quoted with, "It looked like a scene out of that new George Romero movie." Kennedy has declined any further comment.
Dan Cooper, who also goes by DB, heroically stopped a plane hijacking of an aircraft. The hijacker told a flight attendant that he was carrying a bomb. DB, sitting right behind the man, noticed that he was bluffing and was able to subdue the hijacker. Channel 9 got an exclusive interview from DB saying, "It just felt like the right thing to do." This isn't DB's first time in the news. A year and a half ago, he stopped a robber from stealing $200,000. He is truly an American hero.
The Department of Defense has recently spoken out about their new computer technology that potentially may be available for the general public to use in the foreseeable future. Named ARPANET, scientists were able to send information in minutes and even seconds that would have taken hours to complete with previous versions of computers that have been developed. Communications Director claims that the fast-paced evolutions of ARPANET is a positive indication that this technology may have a place for everyone's home to communicate, and that we could see a world full of wide communication systems that connects all parts of the world simultaneously.
In our weekly update about crime, the Zodiac killer remains uncaught, but has caught another victim. A 17-year-old man named Carl Francis Warner, who was visiting the San Francisco exclusion zone on holiday, was found Thursday morning. State police and the family of the victims have implored anyone with any information to please step forward to bring these horrific crimes to an end. In unrelated crime news, the notorious Cape Cod cannibal killings plaguing the Massachusetts area have mysteriously stopped.
In our final update on crime, an unfortunate outcome of these troubling times is outlaw violence is on the rise. There are multiple outlaws taking over abandoned cities by stealing all the radiation-proof clothing. These outlaws have created their own society from within, completely cutting themselves off from those in command. Any communication attempts result in violence. Even in humanitarian efforts, the outlaws have shut out any form of relief. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims.
A coalition of junior senators are proposing a bill to change the legal voting age from 21 to 18 in all elections. Supporters of the proposal are claiming the youth are the future, and counterparts to the proposed bill are claiming that children will never vote.
That is all for the national news segment on Channel 9 Nuclear News Hour, where we give you information that could potentially save your life.
We need to take a commercial break, but stay tuned and we will be right back with pop culture and more.
Are you stuck in the past? I'm Harry Bunker. Change is never easy, but at Bunker and Heart, we've got your heart and Bunker covered. Have you ever been assaulted? I'll make them pay. Did your house get nuked? I'll make them pay. I'm Harry Bunker, and I'll make them pay.
Scared of acute radiation fog, or just plain frightened to get sick? Try the new Browco safety mask. Buy it in 2 different patterns, radiation purple and desert sand orange. You can buy one Browco brand safety mask for the low price of $3, or you can buy the 2 mask bundle for $5. And always remember the Browco slogan, relax and wipe your brow with Browco Industries.
Cold, helpless, a fraction of who they used to be.
I'm Bob Cameron. With your donation of $1 a day, you'll get a free ASPEA t-shirt. If you sign up for our yearly plan, you'll get a free blanket as well. American Society for the Prevention of Exploding Americans.org.
Introducing Atomic Hold Hairspray, a hold that lasts longer than the fallout, strong enough to survive anything, even the unexpected. New, emergency size, in stores now. Stay bold, stay atomic.
Here's Grant Shesley, 2-time MVP of college baseball, with his new product, Dog Chunks.
Right before my batting practice, I make sure to down so many dog chunks, it really gets me going. With almost no radiation, they're the best out there. When you want to do your best, eat dog chunks.
Welcome back to the Channel 9 Nuclear News Hour, where we give you important information that could potentially save your life.
That's Casey Sievert, and my name is Quinn Milling. Moving on to our next segment, pop culture, and wow, a lot has taken place. Let's get into it. The intergalactically loved band, the Beatles, have broken up. Made up of Paul McCartney, George Harrison, John Lennon, and Ringo Starr, the English rock band released many hits such as Hey Jude and A Hard Day's Night. Harrison and McCartney released a statement that John Lennon and Ringo Starr, after being exposed to more radiation than medically allowed, have now been turned into actual Beatles. Us here at the station mourn the absence of these musical powerhouses.
On a lighter note, the At Folsom Prison live album by country singer Johnny Cash is being released soon. This album was recorded through numerous sessions of performances at the Folsom State Prison in California. A statement released by Cash's publicist says that Cash is very excited to release this album, but is financially obligated to say that Folsom State Prison was very pretty, the conditions were very good, and the people were very kind. I'm very happy to say that I will be buying this record as soon as I can.
Bestseller Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut is currently at a bookstore near you. The reader follows the main character, Billy Pilgrim, as he experiences war and time travel. Despite any proclaimed controversy with its themes, Vonnegut presents a book with great wit and originality that will deeply settle within you due to our current war-stricken world.
The much-maligned novel 2001: A Space Odyssey by Arthur C. Clarke, which was written in tandem for the film of the same name by director Stanley Kubrick, was released this week. It follows the very relatable topics of space exploration, artificial intelligence, and nuclear warfare. I won't spoil much, but it is definitely worth the read.
Continuing the journey into the cosmos, but with television. While it premiered in the 1966 Star Trek in these past few years, has shown a unique blend of science fiction, drama, social commentary. It's resonating with viewers a lot. Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock, and the crew of the Starship Enterprise boldly explore new worlds, but they also tackle timely issues of race, class, acceptance, and galaxy quests. It really is a mirror for the turbulent times we are living through.
A true game changer in television. Programming has arrived. Earlier this month, Sesame Street made its debut on the public broadcasting station. Combining puppets, animation, and live-action segments, Sesame Street is designed to teach children fundamental skills like counting and reading, tackle social deliveries issues such as diversity, tolerance, and coach survival skills like starting fire and water filtration.
Now for a look at the must-have fashion pieces of the season. Zigzags, polka dots, stripes, and bright colors make up what is called mod fashion. Beehive hair is making a comeback. But if that's not for you, you always have the option to go for a more punk style. Leather jackets and greased slick-back hair have become a big trend amongst the youth.
For your feet, the experts tell us that the Chelsea and go-go boots are still the right move. For a more casual foot look, go with a pair of Keds or wingtips. For athletic footwear, we suggest the Stan Smith or the Tiger Cortez. The goal of the season is to look sharp and stylish with your bright colors and tasteful tailored suits. The graphic prints and vibrant colors will always help you stand out in a crowd. Always be prepared with some hairspray to keep your hair looking fresh. No matter what the future holds, at least your hair will.
Ready your spurs and holsters, because the new film, Once Upon a Time in the West, releases this fall. A mysterious stranger teams up with a dangerous desperado to help a widow escape from an assassin. This movie stars Charles Bronson as Harmonica and Henry Fonda as Frank. Saddle up and watch this Western wonder when it drops.
Western's not your style? Experience the new Color Waves film, Sympathy for the Devil. This revolutionary film tells the story of the Rolling Stones as they record their last song before the war, Sympathy for the Devil. This movie documents the creation of the song and how the nuclear fallout affected their creative drive.
Turning our attention to the shiny page, a new magazine has emerged from the depths of New York City. The Rolling Stone magazine has swept over shelves and doctor's office coffee tables. Besides the odd name, the magazine covers primarily the music industry, but comments on entertainment and politics as well.
In more recent years, Time magazine has had some of the most influential people on the cover. This includes Pablo Picasso, Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, and Ernest Hemingway. It is reported that John Lennon and Yoko Ono will appear on the cover next month. That's it for the pop culture segment. We need to take a public service announcement break.
We will return with an exciting winter fallout fashion show. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will discuss How to Spot a Communist by the great people of America. This public service announcement will teach you what are communists, spot and identify communist behavior, and to find for some common communist jargon. What are communists? Communists are the most greedy, lazy pieces of junk that you will ever meet in your life. All they want to do is take free handouts from the good, hard-working citizens of our United States. Now, the secret with communists is that they look like normal people, but secretly they want to take everything you have. Communists support sharing. This is a little trick and a lie. I'm sure it's influenced some of your minds already. They want you to share. They think that sharing is the greatest thing in the world. Sharing was invented by the communists to make them feel better about them being horrible people. So here is a little bit of communist jargon that the standard communist might use. Little tricks that you can catch the communists while they're hiding. They might say something like, I don't support the U.S. military-industrial complex. It's called football, not soccer. We shouldn't involve ourselves in other countries' politics. Now remember, in this brief we have talked about what are communists, how to spot and identify these evil communists from their behavior, as well as what some of the common communist jargon are that they use to communicate with each other. Now remember, be safe, America.
Oh, hello. I'm your host, James Michael Ford, and you may know me from your local evening news. But what you may not know is about my campaign against modern-day conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories are running rampant through our nation and ruining the minds of us, and especially, and importantly, our youth. There are people on the streets telling the young minds of America that former President John F. Kennedy is actually died in Texas, and his current, very alive status right now is a lie. This incitement of fear is ruining our youth's mind and harming their minds and visions of the truth. A quote by the former president I love to bring up is, "Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys." And who are we to say no to that? I often drive by wackos with signs saying D.B. Cooper is a fraud or D.B. Cooper is the hijacker. This direct disrespect to this American hero is frightening and frankly inhumane. To suggest that Mr. Cooper hijacked the Northwest airline flight after stealing $200,000 is criminal. We as Americans need to come together to fight and prevent lies, and we also need to fight for the truth. Stay vigilant, America, and do not let these conspiracies best you. And for the young minds, stay in school. Think twice about what you think is a conspiracy. Stay safe, and remember, don't fall for conspiracies.
Welcome back to the Channel 9 Nuclear News Hour, where we give you important information that could potentially save your life.
Here in the studio, we have fashion on our minds. Model Shelley Stock and Justin Case are showing off the latest, greatest fashion items with the Nuclear Winter Fashion Show.
Groovy. Chic. Fab. Nuclear fashion. Winter.
It's like $4. Today's Nuclear Winter Fashion Show is brought to you by Stumpy's Fashion Depot. Stumpy's Fashion Depot, where fashion meets survival. All right, let's get started.
On our beautiful model Shelley, we can see a ravishing cheetah print shawl paired with cheetah print hat and radiation cured pearls.
I can certainly see my mother-in-law sporting this outfit at Sunday Bunker Brunch. This outfit is providing a balance of form and function. Now, let's shift to Justin.
Wow, this combo is a must this season. This fleece jacket is to die for. He's sporting dual headgear, which is unusual, but frankly, I think we're ready for it. The inside layer of the hat is a fur fleece combo, and the outside is tinfoil.
I agree. I know my ears get so tingly in my tinfoil hat, but together they keep you safe from the cold and acid rain. I'm excited to try this out. Back over to Shelley for our next look.
This sporty chic backpack is perfect for holding just about anything. You can pack it however you'd like. Although the best feature, in my opinion, is the built-in emergency signal and water canister pouch.
The bag is combined with an effortless pair of fingerless gloves and stylish multi-tool, both of which are essential for foraging in the ash. Our final look will be with Justin.
I've never seen a pair of sunglasses and gloves look so fab in my life. Oversized is the name of the game, and those shades do not disappoint.
Next in this fit is the classic tie for professional look, completed by a medium-sized satchel, perfect for collecting trinkets and treasures.
That's all today for Nuclear Winter Fashion Show. Join us tomorrow for a special cooking segment, Sheet Metal. Would Jackie Kennedy approve?
We need to take one last break. Stay right where you are, and we will be back to finish off this episode of Channel 9 Nuclear News.
You're tuning in to Channel 9, the Southwest's premier television station. Channel 9 proudly continues to serve New Vegas, Death Valley, and Grand Canyon City with the quickest and most accurate information on everything from politics to popularity to style to survival. We embody the bravery, courage, and resilience of our community. Thanks to your support, we've stayed on the air through fire and through ice, and that's why we'll be there when the sun rises twice.
That's it for the Channel 9 Nuclear News Hour, where we give you important information that could potentially save your life.
We had a great time recapping the year's biggest events in politics, domestic, and pop culture news.
We also enjoyed seeing the new looks from the Nuclear Winter Fashion Show.
Join us next time for more information that could potentially save your life. My name is Casey Sievert.
And my name is Quinn Milling.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you very much for tuning in for this week's edition of Nuclear News Hour. If you're hearing this message, then that means the mutated moles haven't gotten you yet. So tune in next week for more from all of us in the bunker. Stay safe out there, and good luck.
Live from New Vegas, this has been today's edition of Nuclear News Hour, only on Channel 9, the Southwest's premier television station. For nearly 5 years, viewers like you have counted on us to broadcast the world for what it is as it happens in real time. That just wouldn't be possible without your unwavering trust. We're grateful that you've invited us onto your TV sets and into your lives to help us all get through the darkness together. And we hope that one day, when the nightmare is finally over, we may be right alongside you to rebuild our wonderful nation. Take care, and thank you.